Hey everyone, and welcome to All Things Fantasy, where we talk about books, games, and films about all things, well, fantasy. You know what? I was about to say, hello, welcome to Raid Shadow Legends, because you were distracting me, but that's not what we're doing. Instead of doing that, we are actually playing Pathfinder 2E's first adventure path that they wrote for this edition, which is known as Age of Ashes, which is kind of like an adventure, little bit of kingdom building, bits and pieces, all shoved into the same thing to see what they can do. But enough about that. We're going to go over straight to our players, in fact. Before we do anything else, we're going to go straight to our players. We're going to start off with Mitsu, who is played by the lovely Jasmine, as she's going to tell us a little bit about her character. Now, I should really center myself. Go! Go! Just go! Just go!
You sure?
Leave me behind. Just go. Save yourself.
I play Mitsu, the Tengu fighter, who is obsessed and enchanted by all the shinies, and she has joined this ragtag bunch of, I want to say people, but that doesn't describe our group.
That is true. Yep.
Creatures in order to get herself as many shinies as she possibly can.
That's true. Now tell me a little bit about if Mitsu looks into the sky and she sees these large clouds around, what sort of images would she see in those clouds?
She would see birdies hoarding all the shinies.
So she would see a bunch of birds flying through the sky, as in actual birds, or more like the clouds are birds themselves, or what?
Yes. Looks like they're sitting on eggs, but it's actually shinies.
It's good to see where Mitsu's mind is at.
Next, single-minded.
Yeah, exactly. Next, we're going to go to the indomitable Kajabi, who's playing the character Vic. How you going?
A little sore and tired.
Sore and tired after the game today?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It was a rather intense game.
Mm.
But instead of talking about the game, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character Vic?
Well, Vic is a co-world champion of Apsu. Recently it's been rather awkward for him.
What do you mean?
Well, for one, he thanked someone who he thought was romantically interested in him, but was actually not. And his recent plan too is like, okay, I'll tackle this guy into a pit, and it just went whoop, straight in himself.
Yeah, Vic's having one of those days. One of the days that you see on the back of a minty lolly, and you're like, I agree with that. Yeah. Next, we're going to go to a familiar voice on this channel, Sandpiper, who's playing the character Kai. How are you going?
Very good, thank you.
That's good. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Kai, please?
Well, Kai is a tiefling magus of the laughing shadow variety.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly, possibly insane, just slightly.
Yep, indeed. And if he looked into... if she looked into the clouds and saw pictures, what would she see?
She sees various characters and all that. She particularly likes those ones that arc lightning. And sometimes she also gets into talks with him and argues with him.
You know, I don't think it's the clouds that are lightning. I think it's just the lightning itself. Actually, Vic, I didn't ask you that question. What images do you see in the clouds?
I'm actually not sure what Vic would see. Probably just clouds.
Vic looks into the sky and he's like, you know what those clouds look like? Turns to Mitsu. Clouds.
Yeah.
Next on the list, we have Neurodivergent Nightingale, who's playing the character Isabella. How are you going?
I'm good, thanks, Matt.
That's good. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your character?
Well, Isabella is a tiefling sorceress who is an expert in all things draconic.
Wonderful. And if she looked into the cloud and saw a picture, what would she see?
Well, either a sprawl of endless armies marching to battle and their inevitable deaths, or a bunny.
Those are two very big extremes.
Yeah, it depends on the cloud.
Yeah, exactly. Next, we have the always friendly, always happy Malleus, who is played by the incredible Tasfio. How are you going?
Hi, I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your character?
Sure will do. Madeus is a human cleric of Pharasma and is the only sane person here. I'm just kidding. He's mad.
I mean, looking at the lineup, we have a kleptomaniac. We have two kleptomaniacs. We have someone who loves springing up and stabbing people in the back. We have one who's a little bit crazy. Two who's a little bit crazy about dragons. You might actually be the most sane one here.
No, not really. As long as he didn't take a sip out of his flask, then he goes full
yes,
Hulk out.
Of course. Now, if Malleus looks up into the sky and sees a cloud, what image would that cloud be?
I would be like a little bit like Vic, because Malleus is a bookkeeper. He's not very creative. He's just for the facts.
Okay. So you would look up and go, "Oh, that is a nice condensated water particle up there in the sky."
Yeah.
And
That's
last,
how bookkeepers work.
yeah, exactly. All bookkeepers. And last but not least, we have the fresh face Red Volier, who's playing the character Callahan. How are you going?
I'm doing pretty well.
That's good. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Callahan?
Well, Callahan is a halfling bard who is a little bit crazy and is really happy that he's got friends again.
That is true.
Yeah, he's not very brave, but he does come up with some interesting ideas.
And we are looking forward to seeing some more of them tonight. Now, Callahan, if you look up into the sky and you had a look at all these clouds floating around, what pictures would you see?
I reckon Callahan would be tossed and tail between either just clouds or friends. Like there might be, maybe Bob might be up there as well.
That's what Bob's made of. Bob's a cloud.
He's
I'd like to picture him pointing to a clear patch of sky. when he does
There's
that one.
Bob!
Yes, well, Bob is his closest and bestest friend.
Exactly.
Is unfortunately not with us anymore.
No.
For the current moment.
Now, the reason why I ask is because when I was younger, I used to tell stories about what I saw in the clouds. And one of those stories turned into a little-known tale known as Super Snake, who was about a long snake, a green tree snake, about the same size as a normal being with arms.
Very creative.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah. Now, let's go into the story, shall we? The party finds themselves in the Magui Expanse, a deep jungle, very much unexplored for the most part. They've been tracking down these dragon totems, trying to find and destroy them before, well, when they believe the resurrection of Dahak, the draconic god of destruction, descends once more upon the earth. So the party is gathered up and is trying to destroy these pillars one by one. At one point, they came across this gold mine, and they were like, hey, cool, more things to kill. So they decided to go into it. However, the challenge seemed too much to bear, so they fell back. But the next morning, they were like, you know what, we feel slightly better about this. So they decided to approach it once again, and immediately went off in two directions. You have the main group, led by Vic, Kai, and Callahan, up here to the north, where they were like, hey, look, a dinosaur, we should try freeing that. Where Vic immediately tried charging the person in front of it and fell into the toxic sludge. At this point in time, Vic is invisible, staying absolutely still as a large maw with many teeth subsides right next to him, sniffing the air. And that thing looks a bit like this. To the south, Mitsu, exploring her own path, went into the sick bay, attempting to see if she can find anything that would be of use. Unfortunately, she was noticed by two bogged swamp seers. One of them is currently standing on Mitsu's beak. To the east, Malleus and Isabella finally approached the camp, expecting to see the party right where they left them. Instead, all they see is a Chirakura warrior awaiting with hatchets drawn, ready to throw. The scene is yours, Malleus and Isabella.
Oh dear, where is everyone?
More of those guys?
Mm-hmm.
That should be fun.
Knock this one out first on the quiet, then move on and find the rest of the game.
Sorry?
Should we knock this one out quietly, then try and move on and find the rest of the game?
I guess so.
Okay.
Ladies first?
Hey, Isabella's gonna stealth her way up. Is the enemy looking like in their direction at the moment?
Roll a perception check as you look upon this Chirakura.
The Chakra, they're the baboon-looking people, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Cool. Okay. Oh, and that's 20.
With a nat 20, you see that this guy is scanning left to right. This Chirakura is scanning left to right. You can possibly time it so you can hide behind this hut here, which is the alchemy lab, before the Chirakura looks at you, looks at that area again.
Alright. Isabella does some hand gestures, like, quiet behind the thing, stealth, and attempts to go around and do just that.
Wonderful. Roll me another. Can you roll me a stealth check? Malleus, would you like to do the same?
Yeah.
Alright, roll me a stealth check as well, please.
Let's see. I know how I do this. Wait a second. Where is it? Here. Let's go.
Let's go.
Eee.
Oh, it nearly wasn't 18.
Alright.
Damn you guys.
Isabella, you can quickly make it to the edge of the hut here. Malleus, as you get to about here, your foot steps on a branch, snapping it in two. You quickly make your way up to the beside. You quickly make your side next to Isabella. The Chirakura. What was that? Moves his way into the tree line. Scans around. Looks at the ground. Tracks. Make this way. He looks down and he sees the broken stick, and he makes his way with his eyes and follows the trail up to meet you in the eyes, Malleus.
Could Isabella have readied an action to strike as soon as they came in eyesight of us?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Let's just do a cheeky produce flame.
Now, tell me, what are the components of produce flame?
Let's see. Oh no, wait, it might be verbal, which would give away. Yeah, it's somatic and verbal, I think it is.
Somatic and verbal. So you'll need to say something in order to do something. Yes?
Okay. I'm trying to be quiet. That was the only guard around that I saw, wasn't it?
That you saw.
Like, our cover's going to be blown regardless, isn't it?
Maybe.
Did Taz have anything else that they wanted to do instead?
Malleus?
Yeah, sorry.
Anything else you wish to do? As you see this Tarakwa warrior make his way around the house?
I will. Malleus will just smile at him, and talk, and it's going like, just walk away. You don't want to do this. Go away.
Roll me an intimidation. As you stare this Tarakra up and down and go, no, you walk away. You don't want any of this.
Another two. What's wrong?
Can Isabella say that she was helping by like making her flame ball sign? She goes, "I'd listen to him if I were you, darling." Like,
yeah, roll me intimidation.
okay. That's proficiency. Intimidate. Pretty cute. Let's see. That's a 15.
So your score would be 14, Tass.
Mm-hmm.
The Tarakra looks at you. Raises up a finger and screams.
The second he starts screaming, Sorry.
Vic. You're in this pit, absolutely invisible, not moving a muscle, as this large creature begins to sniff around you. It is entitled to a perception check, of course, as it begins to sniff around. But it doesn't seem to have catched your exact location.
Are there any loose stones within arm's distance?
There are plenty.
Can we kind of just quietly grab one and just toss it?
Yes, you gently and carefully pick up a stone, you pick it up, and you throw it. Just as it hits the ground, another creature comes up and swallows the stone.
Vic stares.
And then it goes back into the water.
Vic is going to internally pray to Absu. Yeah.
What's your plan, Vic? Or do you want to come back?
How stable does this wall area look?
Not very.
And how high is it?
It's around 20 feet.
Can Vic slowly, to disturb as few rocks as possible, try to slowly climb up?
Of course, of course. Now, this would be more of an acrobatic check than an athletics check as you try to gingerly make your way up the side of this cliff.
Oh, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, it's fine. You begin softly, carefully, making your way up. You get almost to the top until you grab the wrong stone. The stone slips. You start reaching and pouring for the side of the cliff. Quick, roll me an athletics check. Stones begin to tumble underneath you. You start sliding, but you hang on. You start sliding down. Many rocks and dirt falls into the ground, and the creature looks up. It sees these footholds in the dirt where you're trying to hold on for dear life. Let me just double check something. Yeah, alright. It lashes out with one of its, what appears to be a tentacle. Sorry, Laura. Now, it has a 50% chance, so it gets perception check, of course. See if it can identify where exactly you are. Okay? Does an 18 beat your stealth with invisibility?
How much does invisibility add?
I know, right? Every single time. Invisibility, let's find out. Alright, for now I'm going to say it gives you a plus 10. Until I can find it. So a plus 10.
Plus 10?
Yeah.
To stealth DC?
Yeah.
That would make it 22.
22. Alright. It sniffs around and tries to locate exactly where you are. It does not do any effect. Instead, it lashes and attempts to slash across the entire area. It misses you completely, but you see this deep gorge where its appendage slashed across the mud. Just underneath you. Hey, Mitsu! You find yourself nearly pinned to the ground as these two boggards, one of them has its wet, slimy, webbed foot right on your nose, on your beak in fact, pushing you to the ground.
Yes, very, very rude of them.
The other one grabs out what appears to be a staff. And
now,
places it at the back of your head, or on the side of your head in this case.
Is there glass littering this floor?
There is now, due to you breaking the window open.
I don't have improvised weapon, that's fine. Can I attempt to break this grapple?
Yes. With an athletics check or an acrobatics check, your choice, you can attempt to either break or reverse this grapple.
Ooh, I want to reverse.
Alright.
But I should probably target that person, huh?
Yes, you should.
Alright. There we go. Hey, nat 20!
Alright, with a nat 20, you slip around, grabbing his leg, wrapping his leg around with your more powerful ones. You pull backwards. You hear a resounding crack in the bone as this boggart hits the ground. You think you might have broken or dislocated one of their legs. The boggart croaks out in pain. And with that, I want you to roll me a fortitude save.
A fortitude?
Yeah. As it fortitude save or a will save? Let me double check. Yeah, will save.
Well,
As this boggart croaks terrifyingly.
26.
With a 26, you can avoid being frightened as this croak drowns out all the other noises around you. With that, we'll start initiative, shall we? Sorry. One person I have not gone through. Callahan and Kai, what are you guys up to?
Callahan, do you think Big may have might still be there or might have I don't know. Something might have gone wrong with his plan.
I don't know. Is Vic naturally like this character that would do that, or does he stay true to his intentions?
Uh, he seems to stay true to his intentions, but whether other things might have gone wrong, like I don't know.
Well, the puppy isn't eating anything at the moment, so we can assume that he hasn't been eaten. But well, yes, I think you're right that he's not there anymore. Maybe. Do we want to find someone else, or shall we keep going with this particular plan?
I think we might have to go for Plan M.
Oh, I have not yet heard Plan M. What does this plan consist of?
Kai just gives this absolute evil smile, and it involves a lot of people such as out there ceasing to live.
Sounds like mischief. I like it. So how shall we execute this plan?
We'll start with the one by the cage and make sure you can't open the cage.
Yes.
It's kind of hard to do that once your hands are no longer attached. And your head.
Oh, and his head. Yeah, that does save him using his mouth to open it. Well, I reckon we should do that. Who wants the honors of this?
Alright, just before you do this, you do see his hand on the latch itself. Are you sure you want to go through with this?
Can you make me invisible?
Can I cast invisibility twice?
No.
No?
Oh, wait, sorry, are you a spontaneous or a prepared caster?
Mm-hmm.
Let me check.
Spontaneous! I am spontaneous.
Well then, yeah, wait a second, no. You have invisibility prepped the once.
That's okay.
Unless those are all the spells you know.
Uh,
Oh wait, no, those are all the spells you know. I'm gonna have to double check it. Let's for say spontaneous or yeah, spontaneous. So you have one more second level spell you can cast today.
Okay.
Sorry, no, you have two more level 2 spells you can cast today. So you can cast invisibility another 2 times, but then you have no more level 2 spells.
That's okay. I can make you invisible if you want. But are you sure you're gonna be able to do it? I mean, the last time I turned someone invisible, I don't think they actually got the job done. I gestured to where Vic might have been in his last moments. Is there anything else we could do?
well, we want to keep that cage closed.
What about distracting the guy? Or do you reckon he would do you reckon he would just let the puppy loose? Release the dogs, you know.
Kai's gonna go quickly look for her deck of illusions. Is there any fluffy bunnies?
Any fluffy bunnies? Roll me a percentage check, which is /D100.
Yep. 76.
76. Yes, you do contain a thing of a card of White Bunny.
Kai's gonna cast that one out and then try and get the hop through into the clearing to in the direction of that shack to the south.
All right, you throw out the card. As it hits the ground, a white rabbit appears. The white rabbit kind of hops and makes its way to the shack. The boggart that's there kind of looks and goes. The trucker looks and goes, "Ooh," as it kind of goes. Something strange happened. Ooh. It clenches tighter onto the unlock.
Was this the queue where the guy was supposed to follow the bunny?
Well, that was my idea of my head will get confused and assume it was going to eat its head off.
I have deduced something. We're not very good at making plans. In saying that, shall we go with invisibility?
Yep, Plan M.
Plan M. Okay. Start wiping my sweaty hands.
Yep.
And go. Now, if you die, please don't haunt me. And I spit in both my hands.
Already got Bob to deal with that.
Yeah. He was the last person I turned invisible. And I start just rubbing his head with my saliva hands and go, Hocus Pocus, you are now invisible, Hocus.
All right. With that, Kai, you suddenly slowly turn as the saliva drips down your face, invisible. And then we have Tass just kind of dying there.
You missed Tass, that's how I turned Vic invisible as well.
And Kai's going to sneak up on this trucker or boggart, is it?
Yep, trucker.
Yep.
Callahan is going to close his eyes and then pray, like with his fingers crossed and everything.
When I can move Kai.
You should be able to move Kai. Where do you want to move him? Move her?
Up. Not seeming able to.
Alright, so put your mouse where you want to put her.
Was going to put her about here.
Here?
Yep.
There?
1 block south of that.
Yeah.
Yep. And then once in position, spell strike with magnetic accelerator this chakra, going essentially upwards swing through the arms into the torso.
All right, and with that, let's start initiative, shall we? All right, so you got these guys. All right, add combat tracker.
Can I make the argument for stealth?
Yep, but give me a second. These guys don't. I said, give me a second. Calm down.
You said roll
Cheers,
initiative.
No, I did not. These guys.
Call it trigger finger.
Yeah, you're too anxious to go into combat. Relax, guys. Chill. I mean, just wait till I get everyone in the tracker first, right?
Oh my god, I just realized that Isabella's cloud things came into fruition. We're going into combat and there was a bunny.
All right.
Best
Mitsu.
of both worlds.
Mitsu, you are rolling athletics as part of your perception. Okay?
Athletics and perception, or just athletics
Just
as...
athletics as your initiative.
Okay.
Malleus and Isabella. What were you guys doing? You were stealthing last? No, you were casting spells, weren't you?
I was trying to intimidate this
alright.
guy.
Malleus, intimidate. Isabella, perception.
Perception, alright.
Vic, athletics or acrobatics, please, as you attempt to scrabble up this wall. Kai, stealth, and Callahan, perception for your initiative, please. Everyone else gets perception, boop, roll, boop, roll. So many things. Alright, so, as we're going through this, can I just get your plan once again, guys? Just collectively as I roll through the many initiatives.
Who wants to go first?
Kai's plan is to try and Dooku this Chakra's hands and possibly torso.
Yep.
I will say something, Kai. As soon as you hit him, your invisibility wears off because
Yeah.
that is the requisite of the spell.
Yep.
Callahan is probably just gonna very intensely watch this with what stunning do I have that might stun the person? With a chill touch, just in reserve.
Yep, cool,
Just
cool.
Not stunning good looks.
Alright. Anyone else have a major plan?
Malleus, you got a plan?
Do I look like I have a plan?
Do I look like a guy that has plans? Jeez.
Okay, that's alright. My plan is just roast the guy in front of us and go find where the heck everyone else is.
Alright. And during this break,
I can
I'd
work
like
with
to give a massive welcome to Clay McDaddy and Energizer for hanging out with us at the moment for the follow. Second Hand for the sub. No, Divergent Nightingale also for the sub. And yeah, I hope you guys, Laura Bones, no, that was ages ago, but still, massive thank you to her as well. So, shall we start this monster initiative, my friends?
Gonna be a long night.
Yes.
That's a lot of-
Alright.
What a bloodshed.
Mitsu, you are currently wrapped around the leg of this creature. You pull back, snapping the leg in two. The boggin hits the ground. Bang! With its leather leg, screaming and croaking in agony. You begin.
Yes. So I'm currently grappling this guy.
Yes.
All right. That means I can't use my sword. I'm holding his ankle, right?
You're holding on to his calf.
Mitsu will bite it.
Alright, Mitsu, wrapped around the leg, is gonna bring your head back and attempt to smash your beak into the thigh of this boggin. Roll me to hit, please.
Bonuses for grapple, or is that automatically?
We'll add a +2.
Alright. That will be 19.
19. Does a 19 hit a boggard? No, it does not. It misses. The boggard, seeing what it does, twists away quickly and manages to avoid being hit. Jasmine, would you please feed those two to Evane? I'm sure she's very hungry at this point of time. Let's be. Alright. You move to the, this boggin moves to the side and evades your first strike. Anything else you'd like to do?
Can I attempt to bite him again?
Yes, you can. Drawing your head back one more time, you'll attempt to sink it into their thigh.
No.
Unfortunately, the Spoggart, seeing what you're doing, is now using its hands. It slaps left and right, knocking your beak to the side both times. You have one more thing you can do.
I maintain the grapple.
You maintain the grapple. You wrap your arms and legs even tighter around. Alright, next we're going to go to... sorry, wrong one. That one, huzzah. Alright, next we're going to go to one of these creatures in the pit with Vic. Now, this creature, it's gonna see its mate is a bit more agitated. So it's gonna sniff around, yeah? It's gonna see if it can pick up any sort of sense. Unfortunately, it doesn't get anything, but it does make its way over, seeing what the matter is. Actually, do these things have spider climb? Kind of hope they don't have spider climb. No, they do not have spider climb, but it's just kind of. It is just kind of waiting. It seems to think something is there. You see it casting a spell. In fact.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, it arrives above you in a little recess. So you know how it climbs up 20 feet and it kind of flattens out and there's like another little bit over the top to exit the mine? It appears on that little overlap, just above you. Roll me an occult check if you have it, or maybe a arcane.
Both are +1.
Roll it for me. Actually, sorry, divine. So what's that number with your divine?
Oh, with religion?
Yeah.
11 higher.
It just casts Dimension Door.
Ah.
You know, Dimension Door allows you to almost teleport yourself around the area.
Mm.
These things can cast it. It is a it's a spell 5, 5th level spell. It allows you to transport yourself to an area that you can see. Yeah. That's its turn. Next. This guy. The guy that your legs are currently wrapped around does not appreciate that. So what it's going to do is, first of all, it's going to look down at you. It's going to look down at you and do a rather intimidating croak. Roll me a fort save.
18.
18, unfortunately, is not enough. You hear the sound echo and vibrate through the back of your head. You're going to take a little bit of sonic damage. In fact, you're going to take 18 points of sonic damage as this thing croaks at you point blank. Alright.
You'd think my feathers would muffle it a bit, but no.
No, it just struck you straight, bang. The other one, seeing how effective that was, is going to do the exact same thing. Roll me another fort save.
Yeah, that's a 31.
Now, as it vibrates the inside of your skull, and you know what's happening, you can close off your ears somewhat. You put your hands to your ears, your legs still wrapped around the leg of this one, as you attempt to drown out the sounds of these destructive croaks. Isabel, you're currently looking eye to eye at a Truckrob warrior. It stands almost dumbfounded at you.
Alright, we're gonna smack it right away for produce flame.
Alright, with your produce flame, you summon your ball of fire and you throw it at this creature.
Not the worst.
A 22 hits. It hits the creature straight in the chest. It lets out a roar. Ah!
Fabulous. Ooh, 17 points of damage.
Alright, the fur in front of its chest starts singeing as you throw this ball of fire at it. You have another one thing you can do.
Huh. Might as well get the claws out. Shh.
Your claws. Kai, it is your turn.
Kai's going to spell strike
Alright, with your blade.
with magnetic acceleration.
Nice. Give me a hit.
Yep. How does a 27 sound?
A 27 hits.
Yep. So it's sword damage of 9.
Yeah.
And magnetic acceleration. Oh, acceleration. 21.
21. Alright, you hit this thing. Doesn't need to do any saving throw to get to... Actually, I'm going to use the first card given to us by Secondhand Samurai. Lucky day. Alright, Kai, as you hit this creature, this chakra, you send it flying back. Roll me 1d6, please.
Oh.
Wonderful. You push it 10 feet back. Vroom, as you hit this thing, sending it flying backwards. The hand slips from the lock of this dinosaur's cage.
The lock doesn't open, does it?
No, it does not. Kai, you suddenly turn visible. However, the saliva is still stuck to the side of your face.
Decisions.
So that was your first action.
First 2.
Yeah, first 2 actions, sorry. So you have one more thing you can do.
Yeah. And it's an action to pull something out. So, Kai's going to just move in the way to block anyone from reaching the latch.
Alright,
So-
you take a 5-foot step in front of the latch, preparing yourself to defend against anyone attempting to open it.
Yep. And yeah, I'll just get you to
Yeah.
do the moving.
We'll just move you there for now. We'll just move you there.
Yep.
Cool. Vic. You're scrabbling up the side of an almost collapsing wall. You are almost sandwiched between 2 of these giant creatures. If you knew a little bit about religion, you might be able to recognize these things.
Isn't that what you just had me roll?
No, that was you having rolled to know what that spell was, sorry.
Yes, the paladin definitely knows religion. Total of 15.
No, you do not. You have no idea what these things are.
Oh, he knows religion. These aren't part of it. part of his religion.
Yeah, these aren't religious. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You have your 3 actions.
Okay. Maintaining position. Vic would like to draw a longsword and try to reach across and knock some stones down from away from himself.
Yep. You hit some of the swords and they go splashing into the water. This creature on the ground turns towards it and leaps on top of it. You hear a mighty splash behind you and bits of water hit the back of your neck.
As it jumps up to where I was knocking stones from, does it knock a whole bunch of stones back into the water?
No, because what it does is it doesn't hit the wall, it jumps up and into it, the water. Kind of like a cat pouncing on a mouse. It doesn't dislodge any of the stones and it doesn't make the entire wall weaker.
Okay. Well, so much for that plan. Well, can Vic try to climb up more than an angle?
Yes, of course it can. Roll me either an acrobatics, so attempt to do so lithely, or athletics, as you just start punching your way, gripping your way through it, the wall.
Yeah, I think I feel trying to do it more stealthily.
Then give me an acrobatics, please.
Nat 20.
Nice. With a nat 20, you can definitely do it without any issues. You start climbing at an angle, making your way up and up, higher up. You're almost. You should be at the top at this point in time.
Whew. So, top of that first landing, or
Yeah,
very
top of the
top?
first landing.
Okay.
As you poke your head up, you see this creature. It's large, green scaled, massive horns on the side of its face, a long, tail-like appendage that is not a tail. It looks terrifying, and it seems to have what appears to be a mouth on a stalk above its head.
Right.
Basically, exactly what this thing looks like. Isn't she pretty? Look at her. Look at her. Oh.
Lovely.
Yeah. Love to have one of those as a pet, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Is there anything else you can do this time?
How close to the edge is this upper one?
It looks like it's roughly 5 feet away from you, and it's only like a 5-foot jump from.
Okay, so it's not close to the edge.
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, in that case, Vic would like to try and quietly keep going.
All right, you make your way over the top, and you attempt to just make your way over the ledge. Roll me a stealth check.
Yeah, because trying to take things on its own is probably not a good idea.
As you attempt to make your way up, your foot slips, or you do something that makes a sound. This creature turns and looks directly at you.
Vic does not move.
Stay absolutely still. Its vision is based on sight. It sniffs the air. Alright, I could be mistaken about that. Alright. Now, back to the dinosaur. The dinosaur, seeing a strange creature in front of it appearing out of nowhere, startles and it begins to rock back and forth in its cage. Does a strength check. Actually an athletics check, because that's better. It rocks to the side. You hear a crack sound as it hits the side of its cage, but it does not break through. It rocks the other side. It looks like it's struggling to escape. The Tarakara here did not like getting pushed. It looks at you with this expression of hate upon its face, Kai. It pulls out what appears to be a giant 3-pronged fork, and it's gonna just run straight at you with it. It's gonna attempt to push you back, Kai.
Yep.
Does a 38 hit you?
Yep, and that's a crit.
That's a crit. Alright. You're going to take 42 points of damage as this giant fork just skewers straight through your abdomen. It smiles, and it's going to rear its head back, and it's going to try to headbutt you. Ready?
Yep.
Oh, you were so close. I saw that nearly land on a 20. Now tell me, does a 23 hit you?
Nope.
Nice. You managed to move your head as this Tarakara attempts to do a Boston kiss upon you. How you feeling, Kai?
Very hurt.
Very hurt? Yep. Malleus. We go back to you.
Marius watches Chakra screaming, and he just rolls his eyes. Can you please shut up? And I will cast Sound Burst on him.
Nice. Give me a good old sound burst.
He's got a Fortitude save, DC 25.
Alright. Fortitude save.
Oh.
21.
Then he will take this amount of damage.
Tell me how you do it. I'm sorry, I ask. Do you do more than a damage?
Yes.
Tell me how you do it.
I guess his eyes will just go wide and his head will explode.
Nice. This thick layer of blood just splatters everywhere, all across your own face.
God, these guys are so annoying.
Alright. Next, we have this creature down here. It's gonna splish, it's gonna splash, it's gonna attempt to... What is it gonna do? Bite its tail off. No, I don't think Laura would appreciate that very much. Let's see. The creature is going to turn to the wall itself. And you hear what appears... and Vic, you hear like this low-tinged sound. As you hear it, you see what appears to be the wall starting to crack and shatter. it continues up the entire side of the wall. And it does that 3 times. Almost as if it can do it at will. Would you like to identify what they're doing?
Sure.
Alright, roll me a religion check.
These things seem very religious.
Very religious.
18?
This is called Shatter. It is a sonic attack that can shatter a nearby object.
Huh.
Anyway, Callahan, we turn to you.
Yes. So I have opened my eyes, and I've seen that Kai has successfully managed to remove the hand off of remove the guy's hand off the lock.
Yes. But this dinosaur is thrashing to and fro, trying to escape.
Can this dinosaur laugh?
Can a dinosaur laugh?
Yeah, just a quick question.
Can a dinosaur laugh? You know what, let's throw this out to chat. Hey chat, you there? You're sitting at home. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. I know you're watching this and you're going, what are they on? What are they doing? But you know what? I'm going to throw this decision out to you. Do dinosaurs laugh?
It's a very random question, I know.
I know exactly what you're going with this, right? I know exactly where you're going. But let's throw it to chat. My dear audience, my dear amazing, lovely chat, does a dinosaur laugh? I'm pretty sure there's a joke in that, but I'm not smart enough to come up with it at the moment.
Trying really hard. God.
Shall I take that silence as a resonating no? Yeah, I think I agree, Laura. They probably don't have an actual sense of humor.
I just haven't found their funny bone.
Alright, roll me a D100. Give me above 50.
That was just roll like the.
So you go
chat.
/ roll 1D100. Maybe try dad jokes. 63. Alright, with a 63, it's above 50. Above always benefits the party. You believe you could attempt to make this dino laugh. If you can make me laugh.
I got no chance at that.
That's true.
This is a bit of a problem. Because you see, Callahan isn't very known for his jokes. He's known for his
I
music.
didn't say Callahan, I said you.
I'm going to assume it's Callahan.
You can delay.
I can delay, yeah. Let's look up really bad jokes. Hey, well, that was a laugh. Ha! Ha ha!
Nothing like awkward silences.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I don't think I'll continue with the laughing thing. I don't really have any good jokes.
That's a shame. I was looking forward to it.
Hmm.
Alright. Who's a boomer and not a dinosaur? Who?
Who?
Come on, Das. Who? Meanwhile, whilst we're getting the answer, Callahan, what else do you wish to do?
Is there any way I could calm the
Yes, there is. In
The
fact,
party?
if you had maybe a nature knowledge, you might be able to know what this thing is and attempt to calm it down.
I've spent a while in the nature by myself. I surely might know something.
Yeah, exactly. Roll me a nature check.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
A 14. Sorry, a 15. With a 15, this thing... you have no idea what this thing is. No idea. But it does look reptilian. Which means it is probably either it might be a carnivore. By the way of looking at its teeth, how they're relatively sharper than a herbivore and an omnivore. As well as the spikes on its back. Probably an aquatic-like creature. If you had a way to maybe use food or another trick to calm it down, maybe you would be able to. You
So
do
it's
see,
reptilian, yeah?
you do see its skin is rather dry.
I'm thinking, well, you said it's reptilian. They might get distracted by colorful lights.
Probably.
I like the way this is heading. That was a fairly confident, probably.
I mean, he's a giant puppy. Puppy's a part cat, right?
Yeah. Okay. Callahan, being this very smart person, I decide to cast dancing lights.
Yep.
I just start putting them in front of its face.
Alright. You put the dancing lights right in front of its face. Do you make them change color at all?
Oh yeah, all the colors.
Alright.
Some reds, some blues, maybe a bit of green.
Alright. Roll me a performance. Alright, with a 28, you can definitely distract this dinosaur from tearing out its cage. As it's waving to and fro, these lights suddenly spring up in front of it, and it looks at the lights, and it's like... And it just seems to be mesmerized by them.
Thank you. That's very good.
Alright. Now, we go back to the alchemy hut. The Chirokura down here is like... I think Leadfoot was around. Was that Leadfoot scream? Ah! Points over at Isabella. Takes out what appears to be a three-pronged fork. You know, the one you eat your dinner with, but it's like that long. And it rushes at you with this fork and attempts to impale you with it.
I hate these monkeys. Okay. How'd they go?
Let's find out.
Ooh. Yep.
Ooh.
37?
Yep.
Does it beat your AC by 10?
Ooh, yep.
Alright. It stabs straight into your abdomen.
Right.
Doing 36 points of damage.
All right. 36.
It does 36 points of damage as it impales straight into your abdomen. You look down at this giant steel iron fork that's impaling you. I'm assuming you scream?
Yeah, and then I look down at the shirt, look at him and go, I bloody like that shirt, but I don't like it bloody.
Alright. Who do we have next? We go back to the top of the round with Mitsu at last.
Yes. My ears hurt.
They do.
They hurt a lot.
There's a trickle of blood pouring out from them.
Oh, it's gonna dye my feathers pink. You know what? Mitsu is going to intimidatingly bite his leg again.
Alright, this time with a glint of red in your eye, you pull back and you smile softly and go, I'm gonna chew your leg off. And then you plunge your beak into its knee, just above its knee.
23?
23 hits.
Yes. Thank God. 11 damage.
Nice, 11 points of damage as you sink your beak straight into the side of this creature's knee. The creature, the boggart, croaks in pain. Yeah.
It is now frightened 1.
It is fright 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You have 2 more things you can do.
Is the next one in biting range?
No, it is not. From where you are, no, it is not.
Alright. Now I'm grappled.
Yes, and that is why it is not in range.
Now, would I be able to throw one boggart at the other?
Yes. Yes, you can. It'll attempt a bit of maneuverable, so you'll need to give me an acrobatics as you attempt to almost judo throw this boggart into the other.
Might I use my hero point as boost?
Give me an argument. Tell me what you're planning.
I'm just planning to use all of my movement and strength to throw this one boggart at the other.
Yep.
To not only cause each pain and hoping to bash their heads together, but to make them fall on top of each other and be prone. Collapse in a pathetic froggy pile.
Alright. Give me a hero point. Thank you. Yeah, it's a legit hero point. Alright.
What check did you need me to roll?
Alright. So what happens is from wrapped around its leg, you have your beak in the side of your knee. You pull your beak out and you wrap your hand around the back of the knee. You pull down, pulling the boggart, pulling the boggart as it dips its knees. With that, you sweep the leg up, moving around the back, pulling the leg up as you do so. The boggart, unused to having its leg up in that sort of direction at the side, you twist, throwing one boggart into the other. Roll me an athletics check.
And add
+7.
+7. That would be 39.
With a 39, you swing this boggart almost as if you were dancing. This boggart into the other. You hear a sickening as this boggart hits the other. Both boggarts hit the ground. You hear the sound of smashing bone as it hits the solid wooden ground.
Mitzi stands up.
We are then going to play our second plot twist for the evening. From the shadows. As you hit one boggart into the other, and you hear the sound of breaking bone, both boggards lie still. They both seem unconscious. The door opens slowly. And standing at the door appears to be another boggart. Though unlike the others, this boggart seems a little bit more dignified. It appears to have a black bow tie and a suit jacket. It holds a clipboard and a helmet on top. Alright, let's have a look at our inspect. What's this? You two weren't authorized for pets. You see on his name badge that has clipped to the edge of his vest, onto his blazer, the name Herbert. You two weren't supposed to have pets, and now look, you have this great big bloody bird here. I will write up an infraction against you. He writes down on his clipboard, he pulls it off, and he puts it on the door and hammers it into it. Psh, 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 psh. He makes his way over to you, Mitsu. He looks at the broken window and he looks at you. And then he just kind of ushers you towards the open window as if you're a pigeon that has entered somebody's house. Go on, shoo, go on. Go back to your go back to the forest. Go back to your tree.
A tree? Excuse me, I prefer a nice soft cuddly bed. And pet? Who do you think you're talking to?
The boggart freezes for a second, narrows its eyes, makes its way back to the looks at you for a moment, makes its way back to the front door, writes on it. Don't teach new pets to talk back to foreman. Now off with you, bird. Go on, skedaddle, go on. He picks up an umbrella from the side. He points the umbrella at you and then quickly opens and closes it over again. Go on, shoo, go. Make your way out. Go on, out of here.
Are the other two boggarts unconscious or dead or what?
They seem to be unconscious or at least pretending to be.
I mean, honestly, Mitzi's gonna take that advantage to get out of here, so she's gonna find where the hell everyone else is.
Yep. Alright. You make your way out of here. Alright. Next.
It's totally normal to see a human-sized bird carrying weapons and assume it's a pet.
Apparently so. Alright. Next, we have this creature here. This creature here can see what the other one's doing. But more importantly, it knows exactly where you are, Vic.
Lovely.
It does a spell. You feel it wash over you.
Huh.
It laughs. And speaks in Celestial. Is that... Sorry, let me get the voice right. Is that a paladin, I feel? It must be. Nothing stinks as pure as a paladin. It flicks its tail and creates a large dent into the dirt beside it. You know, my mate would love eating a paladin. They haven't had one in quite some time. Do you remain quiet?
Rick understands none of this.
You don't speak Celestial.
No.
Oh, okay. It's fine. It takes your silence as an offense. So what it's going to do is it's going to reach out with its definite tail. Absolute tail. It's definitely a tail, Laura. Don't worry about it. It's going to reach out with its tail. First, it's going to make a strike against you. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to roll me a D100. Yeah, roll me a D100, please.
19.
19. Unfortunately, it's going to hit you. Now, it's going to hit you. You're going to take a bit of damage. Okay. So you're going to take 16 points of damage. 6 of those being chaotic damage. I am then going to ask you to roll me a will save.
$20.
With a 20, you suddenly become stupefied as this hits you straight across the solar plexus, almost stunning you in place. Now, does invisibility end when you get hit?
I will check right now.
Please do so.
It just says if the target uses a hostile action, the spell ends after that hostile action is complete.
Alright, I'm going to say no, it does not then. Vic, I'm going to need to re-roll this. It's fine. Do you remember where you were in initiative?
Well, initiative tracker says I'm at 16.
No, I think you were higher up. I think you were like here-ish. There we are. It's fine.
Yeah, that looks right.
All right.
I think I was one lower. I think I was just after Kai.
Just after Kai. All right.
Yeah.
So, as you get hit by this massive tail, you become stupefied. You have a slack-jawed face. Slack jaw on your face. As this thing just hits you really hard. But it's not finished yet. As you are stupefied, it is then going to try and wrap its tail around you. A 28 beats your athletics DC, I assume?
How much was it?
28.
Yes.
It wraps its tail around you. And then it begins to constrict. It's it's only picking up half of it. That's a shame.
Good boy, Pika.
It's then going to constrict. We need you to roll me a fort save, please. Vic.
My dice don't like me today.
What was it?
Total of 19.
Oh no! Alright, it's going to start constricting and pulling at you. You're going to take an additional 16 points of damage as you start getting strangled out. Now that's the end of that creature's turn. We have a Boggart up here. This is such a long initiative, guys. This is ridiculous. Alright. We have a Boggart here who is unconscious. We have this Boggart here, which is also unconscious. We have Isabella. You're up. There's another Chirakura that is apparently, at this point in time, has a fork impaled in you.
Oh yeah, and I'm not happy about it.
No.
So the usual situation, her eyes start to glow gold as her claws start to glow as well, and she's going to go for a strike.
Nice. You start tearing your claws across this Chirakura's face and attempt to at least do a little bit of vengeance against it.
So here's the first strike. It's going to be a 25, I believe.
A 25 might hit. Might.
What?
No, it does hit.
Yay! Sweet. Let's get some damage going.
Nice. 9 points of damage.
Alright, and I'm gonna go for another one.
Nice.
Just gonna do as many as I can as I'm allowed to this round.
Yep, that is 3 attacks.
Sweet, so here's attack 2, 22 is a miss.
Yeah, it misses.
Alright, another one. Number 3. Ooh, that's gonna be 29.
29 hits.
Fabulous. Some damage. Do this damage. 8 damage.
Alright. You slash across the Chirakura's face. Scratching across his cheek. He snarls as you go for your second strike. He moves his head back, not letting go of the trident impaled within you. And as he moves forward, you strike up, striking up across his neck over his chin. He looks down and snarls at you. He is not happy. Not happy at all.
I snap back. Be lucky I'm not using my mouth, and smoke starts to billow out from my nose and mouth.
You. It's me? No. I eat you! And he bares his fangs. Kai.
Kai's just going to just look at her impalement for a second, then just give this sort of twisted smile to the thing. He's like, thanks for making this easier, and opens up with Force Fang to refresh Spell Strike.
Yep.
So I'll just roll the damage for that. Actually helps my spell roll right.
Yes, exactly.
So it's going to take 10 force damage.
Nice. 10 force damage.
As her shadow just starts lashing into this thing.
Nice. Your shadow, as it lays upon the ground, suddenly bursts out and starts shaking and then fades back into the ground.
And then she's going to spell strike.
Nice. Your short sword glows with this eldritch red energy.
With, let's see, Vampiric Maiden.
Oh, nice. It takes this sickly, bloody hue.
So it does a 31 hit.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so is it a crit?
No, it is not.
Oh well, for a fair ask. And I'll get you to do a fort save for it.
Of course.
So 7 from the sword.
Yeah. Tell me, does the 34 sound good?
Yeah, it's unaffected by the vampiric maiden.
Ah, shame. You stab your blade, and you have this wicked smile upon your face, Kai, as you stab the blade in. The Chakra looks down, looks back up at you, looks down as the sickly red glow fades from your short sword. Is that it? I'm slightly disappointed.
And then coughs a bit of blood onto him. It might be blood loss.
Vic, you're currently grabbed. I should add that to your character, shouldn't I? What's your plan?
Well, I may be grabbed, but you know what isn't grabbed? Vic's mouth.
Oh, nice!
So, yeah, I'll probably do a bit of a lightning breath through it.
Alright, you start inhaling. This crack of thunder and electricity echoes within your tongue, just above your tongue, as this almost irony taste floods your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this thing has no chance to reflex, so I just want you to roll damage as you shoot this almost like lightning beam at this thing, point blank. Yeah, if you want to add a plot twist, give me a number between 1 and 51, and I'll play it during some time tonight's game. So
He already has. He picked 9.
Oh, he picked 9? I did not see that, sorry. Easy, I'll find it. Of course, 9 is Hidden Secret. So I'll play that during tonight's game. Alright, you burst forth this electricity straight from your mouth. Straight at this creature. Now, how bad would I say if it was immune to electricity?
That wouldn't be that bad.
That's fine. It's not immune to electricity. As you see, this lightning hits it, dealing an amount of damage. Crack. You see the lightning shooting out in between the two mouths of this creature. You suddenly become visible.
Well, it was pretty much given at this point.
Is there anything else you can do?
One action, so try to squirm free.
Alright. Let me just double check what Stupefy does quickly. Of course. So Stupefy affects your mental attributes. Alright. Attempt to break free. Boom, boom. You want to break free.
Athletics?
Athletics.
17.
It is not enough, unfortunately. As you struggle and pull yourself out, this tail that's wrapped around you definitely does not have suckers on the end of them. That makes it almost impossible to escape. Alright. The dinosaur is somewhat distracted. The Chirokura that has this fork impaled in front of Kai smiles. He bares his fangs. And what he's going to do is he's going to do an athletics check. Ready for this? Okay.
Can I elect to say no?
Does a 26 beat your athletics DC?
Just be a sec. Athletics?
Yes.
26. Yeah.
He's going to get low to the ground. He's going to put the end of the fork on the ground and he's going to start lifting up the fork and you up in the air. He brings you up. And then guess what he's going to start doing?
I've got an idea.
He's going to
Okay,
start
anyway.
bouncing you up and down on the fork itself. I want you to roll me a fort save.
18.
Oh, that's not enough, unfortunately. As he bounces you up and down on the fork, you feel the blood start dripping down your sides. You're going to take 1d4 points of damage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to take 3 points of damage. Okay.
Yep.
As you just bounce on the end of this thing. You are screaming in agony, I assume?
Yep.
Yeah. The Chirokura starts laughing in response. Malleus, as you turn to the side, you see Isabella, a fork through her midsection, and the Chirokura looks like he's about to kneel.
Well, let me help you. And I will
Immediately
cast-
grabs the prongs of the fork, lifts them up so she can't get out.
and I will touch her shoulder and channel some healing into her.
Oh, nice!
Delightful.
Maybe she likes that.
I do indeed. It's my favorite.
What does your
Yeah.
healing look like, Malleus?
It's at the moment it's some dark power, some dark fog enclosing her, and it's other than the normal sensation you feel about Malleus, it's quite hurtful this time
Ah!
and cold, but it will heal you for 28 points of damage.
Oh, thank you. But also,
Yeah,
could
and
you
then I will look-
next time?
And then I will look to the chakra. Well, my friend, I can do this all day. Ask your friend about that. And I would like to intimidate him.
Nice. Rolling intimidation as you point towards the exploded head of his companion. You
Hell
want
yeah.
that? You want that? Well, if you keep messing with me, you're gonna get that.
Come on. Yeah, that's better.
A
How's the 23 sound?
23, huh? A 23, you say? Oh, you were close. The Chirokura looks at you, and its smile seems to fade somewhat. It sees you more of a threat than Isabella does. Anything else you have?
Fair point. No, it's okay.
Alright. Next, we go to the creatures that are currently attacking Vic. You hear this strange language, almost otherworldly, call out from the pit. The creature that has gripped you responds. They cast a spell. and appears here. You see almost like drool start pouring from its mouth. This guy goes, "Oh crap!" and starts running away. Callahan, you're up.
So I've just seen my friend be impaled and
Is now
Yeah,
up
lifted
in
up.
the air, yeah.
This kind of annoys me. Kind of makes me a bit angry with the little thing. It shouldn't be able to do that. Not to my new friend. Can I run at it?
Yeah, you can definitely run at it.
Yeah. I'm going to run at it and slap it across the face and cast Curse of Lost Time.
Curse of Lost Time. Tell me about it.
Well, you see, it makes the person age by a incredible amount in one quick turn, and they become clumsy and fembled. I think I'm saying that right.
Alright, you attempt to run up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It'll take you a full round. It'll take 2 actions to run up. How many actions does it take for you to cast your spell?
Takes 2, sadly.
Yeah, it takes 2. It's going to take you 2 actions. It doesn't have a range, or is it a touch?
It's touch.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. Instead, I shan't slap it. God, everything takes 2. Can I hit it with my with my loot?
Like I said, it's going to take you 2 actions to get up there, but you can draw your loot as a free action as you make your way up. Lifting your loot, you can attempt to absolutely hit him with it.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
I shall do that.
Move your character up into that guy.
I've got my ruler out. How do I get rid of my ruler? There you go.
Yeah.
Am I moving just to there?
You'll move here.
Yep. I shall hit it with my loot.
Alright. Raising up your loot, you go... Alright, what do you say as you raise your loot up? Do you say something cool as you do so?
Typically that phrase.
Something cool!
Bob has died. For this. For our friend. You shall die. For doing this to my new friend. That is what I say.
Alright, cool. You raise up your loot and you attempt to smash him in the head with it.
Yep. Is it that?
A 25? Yep, a 25 hits a Chirocro.
Sweet.
Catchphrase.
Catchphrase.
Alright. You do 10 points of damage as you hit this Chirocro straight on the top of the head. This Chirocro looks at the blood that's starting to pour out from the injury and looks down at you. Half-man?
It's halfling to you.
All right. Well, the Tarakura is we move back to the Tarakura that's currently fighting Isabella and Malleus. The Tarakura slides the fork out of Isabella very slowly, slowly, that it will count as an action to pull it out. Isabella, that doesn't feel great, does it?
She's just shouting curses at him the whole time it's happening.
It's then going to move here. Now, do any of you guys have attack of opportunity?
How do I find that out?
It should be an ability that you have, if you have it.
In short, are you a fighter?
Yeah, are you a fighter?
9.
Well then, no, you do not. It's going to make its way over to Malleus. And it's going to swing its fork around and attempt to stab it through Malleus. Ready, Malleus?
Bring it on.
Alright. Does a 24 hit you?
Yes, this will hit.
Alright. It's not a crit, is
My
it?
armor class is not great.
Alright. It's going to stab the fork into. It's going to do 22 points of damage as it stabs straight into your side. Though it doesn't
Thank you.
pierce. It
Thank
doesn't.
you, I needed that.
Alright. Then we go back up to Mitsu.
Yes, I was just rudely shooed out a window
Yes, you were.
by some horrible bogger that thinks I'm a pet.
Yep.
But I am going to take this opportunity to find where the heck everyone has gone.
Yep.
So I walked to the edge of the building and peered down to see if I can see anyone.
Looking through the shrubs, you see what appears to be Tarakura fighting Malleus and Isabella. The Tarakura seems to be winning.
Oh, Mitz, you should probably go help.
That was rude.
I mean, Isabella does look pretty forked.
Yeah.
She's going to use all her actions to get about here.
Alright.
May I stealth?
No, unless you want to move at half your pace.
Nah.
Alright, you just start sprinting over.
Yep.
If you use your full round movement, I think you get an extra added bonus boost.
To
Your
there.
speed,
Okay.
so I'll put you there.
Alright, I can't attack anyway.
Yeah.
Surprise!
Surprise!
What?
Alright.
When me and Malleus is now flanking.
Yes.
Wait, if you charge, can you just charge through him and slash him with your beak?
I wish, but I already used my hero points.
Alright. I'm going to be using two cards. The first one, sanity check. Everyone in the area, that would include Vic, Callahan, Kai, and this Tarakura. You hear this strange sound. Everything around you shifts suddenly to the left and then to the right. You start feeling like you are sinking into the very ground itself. Alright, so tell me, my friends, what were the will saves that you received? So let's start with Vic.
Well, as you know, Vic's a very well known. sorry, paladins are very well known for their very high will saves.
Did you get a nat
Doesn't
one?
help when you roll a 2. Get a 12.
All right, so we got a 12. Kai.
Apparently, despite Kai being possibly slightly insane, she rolled a 30 for her will save.
30, you're fine. Callahan.
Callahan rolled a 27.
27.
Yes.
You'll find as well.
Lines and other things.
All right,
Yeah.
so Callahan and Kai, you feel like you're sinking in fog, not so much the ground. But you see this Chirokuro in front of you start freaking out. He starts grabbing, he starts moving around, he starts clutching at his throat. He falls to his knees, he starts breathing heavily, and he passes out.
I look at my loot and go, that wasn't me.
I must have drowned in my own blood. I think. I don't know. I don't have much blood left in me.
Yeah, I like point towards your stomach and go, does that hurt?
I honestly can't tell you anymore.
Vic, you start sinking into the ground. You're finding it almost impossible to breathe.
Well, I am kind of being crushed by a tail.
Yeah. Except, from your very center, you feel a warmth. Where everything was dark, there is a silver light emanating from just on your chest. You hear words spoken to you in Draconic.
Mm-hmm.
You must enforce my will with law. Law will see you through.
So, Vic not dying?
Law. Vic, do you currently have Divine Missile prepped on your character?
Have what?
Divine Missile is a cantrip. Divine Lance, sorry. As the cantrip.
Don't have spells.
Guess what? You're given a cantrip.
Okay.
Known as Divine Lance. Now this
Okay.
works the exact same way as the Divine Lance spell that clerics have access to. The scaly voice in your mind. Law will always win.
Huh.
And with that, we'll finish tonight's game. How are you guys feeling? That was a massive game. That was intense. That was insane. That was all over the place.
So Vic, it seems like you've been visited by a dragonborn police officer.
I mean, not far from the truth.
Probably absurd.
That's my guess.
Alright, let's go to our starting page, shall we? Whoosh.
At least you hope it's Apsu.
Yeah, at least you hope it's Apsu. Alright. Let's generally, we'll do a round table.
And then it turns out it's just Kenny Kelly having a drunk bet with another god. Going, let's mess with him.
We know the exact person to mess with. He's a paladin, he worships Apsu, so let's make him like a really reptilian voice, like, if you put some hiss into it, it works wonders. I love Kid Keeling. Best god ever, in my opinion. Alright, let's do a round table, shall we? This is the part of the night where we share ideas, thoughts, as well as if you had a favourite moment tonight's game. Now, we'll start in the opposite order of how we generally start tonight. So we're going to start off with the fresh-faced Renvolio as he played Callahan. How'd you go for tonight?
Pretty good. Bit on the spot with coming up with a joke. Very disappointed I couldn't come up with one so quickly.
I have very high expectations for my bard characters.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I'll make up like a little rhyme. I won't tell it a good joke.
Oh, that's fine. A rhyme works too. As long as it makes me chuckle, it's fine.
Part of why I never play a bard at maths table.
I've learned that just very quickly.
So did you have a favorite moment tonight?
I loved the improvised lights that I did. I couldn't think of anything else that I needed to do. I was like, deafness won't really work. I was really hoping that the laughter might do it, but yeah.
Oh well, next time.
And the awkward silence after asking that was great.
It was, wasn't it? Next we got Malleus, who's played by the indomitable Tasriel. How'd you go for tonight?
It was a great game. Thank you for that.
Anytime. Did you have any favorite moments?
Yeah, and he's got the situation where the creature was paladin and delivering his speech, and Victor's, what is that? It's great.
Yeah. I mean, you'd expect a paladin to speak Celestial,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, there's lots always these funny things where the GM, where you as a GM are thinking, okay, he must know that language, and you do this your speech, and
What?
always a great response.
Can you speak common, please?
I can't understand you.
Isabella, Nightingale, how'd you go for tonight?
Yeah, pretty good. Glad to be back.
It is good to have you. Did you have any favorite moments about tonight?
It's a bit of a toss up between, Mally said, Vix, I don't speak Celestial, I don't know what you're saying, and how offended Mitsu got when she was referred to as a pet.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right, nice.
a lot of things going on tonight.
Yeah. Kai, Sandpiper, how'd you go for tonight?
Enjoyed it.
Yep. Any favorite parts?
Some of the strangeness that's been happening.
Strangeness.
Hmm.
I mean, that kind of encapsulates this entire table during the whole game. Gajavi, Vic.
For me, I'd say it would have to be you going on that nice long speech, and then at the end it's like, and I got none of that.
You said what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I loved that part too.
Mm.
I was like, no, he speaks. I'm pretty sure Vic speaks Celestial. Yeah, I'm pretty
No.
sure that's the case. No. Oh well, it happens. Mitsu, Jasmine.
Yes. Definitely favorite part was the whole Herbert coming in, assuming I was a pet and shooing me away. I'm like, excuse me? And I actually loved Callahan running in with his little loot, using it as a weapon. I was praying it wouldn't break. The bard without a weapon. It's so very sad.
Yeah, very sad.
I have the slightly harder loot intended just for this purpose design.
Is it, it's your battle loot.
Yes.
Now, tonight as a GM, it was a rather... I'd say it was a rather tricky game tonight, because I had 4 encounters running at the same time. Now, anyone can tell you running 2 encounters at the same time is difficult. 3 is challenging, and 4 is next to impossible. 4 encounters at the same time, as you can tell, it made combat slow down a lot, and it was a very combat-orientated game tonight. So that's why I tried shifting it up, breaking it up, as you should always be trying to do in combat. Always try to change something. Always try to be doing something. Always have a goal for your characters, and try to fulfill that goal during combat. So don't simply go, I hit it with stick. It hits me with stick. I hit with stick. It hits me with... That's a boring encounter, right? That's a boring combat. You want to be doing something. So I had different things happening. I had the two Bulgans with Mitsu trying to incapacitate Mitsu instead of just killing her. I had the Chirokura with Malleus and Isabella trying to kill them, of course. We had the whole fighting over the cage door. Oh, thanks, Tass. Fighting over the cage with Kai and Callahan. And then I had the little story elements with these massive creatures and Vic. So I was trying to do something different, and I feel like I might have been a little bit good with that. But then again, 4 encounters is never easy.
Don't you love it when your players do that to you?
Yeah, definitely.
But when challenging you as a GM to grow.
Yep. And I would have encouraged you to try to challenge me in a slightly easier way. Instead of going, you know what? Let's bring half the base at the same time. That sounds great. Alright. Now, with that out of the way, that's the GM note. Let's do all the self-promo stuff, yeah? For example, hello! I'm Matt, also known as All Things Fantasy, and you can find me on this very channel on Saturdays at 8 PM Australian Eastern Daylight Time as we play with these amazing groups of people that you can find on the Discord, wink wink, nudge nudge, touch some my nose, as well as a bunch of other stuff that, you know, if you find me over at the Discord, you can join me with some world building, some games, bits and pieces. Head over there. That's the main thing over there at the Discord. You can also find me on the Dead Aussie Gamer channel at 9 AM Australian Eastern Daylight Time, where we play Strange Aeons, which is a Cthulhu Lovecraftian inspired horror game, playing Pathfinder 1st Edition, where I played Joseph the Paladin. We are also joining that table with the incredibly talented Laura Burns, if she still is in chat. Do we have a shout out for Laura Burns and Dead Aussie Gamer? Alright, cool.
Way ahead of you.
Cool. So you should definitely go check out both Dead Aussie Gamer and Laura Burns. If you're into world building, Laura Burns is the girl to go to. If you're into Dungeons and GMing, Dead Aussie Gamer is the guy to go to. If not, both. Both is good. Check out both.
Played Joseph?
Yeah, I played Joseph. If you want to find out what happened, you better head over to the Dead Aussie Gamer channel and watch the recent Strange Aeons game. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Perfect. Perfect. Definitely go do that. What else do we have? We have a Twitter account, which is mostly not using as much, but if you tweet me stuff, I'll tweet you stuff, and we'll have a nice little tweet together. What else do we have? Will I get to the 10 dead character mark? Maybe. Let's cross our fingers and hope it doesn't happen, but there is still a bit of the game to go through, so who knows? Do we have any questions for chat, for GM, for anything like this? You'll take bets now.
What number character are you up to now in this campaign?
For the Dead Aussie Gamer for the Strange Aeons, Joseph would be number 7. He'd be number 7. 7 characters in a campaign. Campaign's not finished, so let's see if we can round it up to a nice even 10, shall we?
Have you planned what you're going to play as next?
I have some thoughts. We're either going to revivify... what am I talking? Go find out next week over at the Dead Aussie Gamer channel. Go! Shush you! McBluff, welcome! How are you going? We're just finishing up tonight's game. And we're doing... If you have any questions or for us or the party, you're more than welcome to ask them. I'm gonna find us someone to raid. I can play Hassett and Lowls. Yeah, exactly. That's someone who I'd play as. It'd be great.
That would be the 10th and final because the party would try and kill him.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Just before I forget, I've done the Discord, something you should go definitely check out. I've done the Twitter, I've done the Patreon. World Anvil, if you like world building, definitely go check that out. We are officially not sponsored by Honey Lemon Tea. Massive thank you to every single one of you who has joined us today. You are all amazing. You are all incredible. I'd like to give a massive shout out to Energizer Red for giving us a follow, Clay McDaddy for also giving us a follow, Tass Friel for all the subs and the bits gifting. We have Secondhand Samurai for resubs. You know what? You guys are all incredible, amazing. And this community is definitely nothing without all you guys. So you should give yourselves a huge pat on the back, a good little golf clap as well. And from everyone here at All Things Fantasy, from me to you, have fun, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.